Hi, I'm Loic. Nice to meet you. That was 10 seconds. But it felt like a year, didn't it? Some of you were wondering what was going on. Did he really lose control of his talk? Did I really pay for that, seriously? Others could be like, all right, I've got 10 seconds to check my Instagram. But what if I told you that those past 10 seconds were the most creative moment of your entire day? What if while looking at me, standing in front of you, saying nothing, you started to think about something that has no relationship with the talk I'm giving right now? Because you got bored. What if you let yourself wander within your minds? Because you got bored. And what if I told you that you got creative because you got bored? Well, that is what you experience when you're daydreaming. And what's great about daydreaming is that it comes from nothing. You were simply there, looking at me, standing in front of you, and you started to think. And then you noticed the rush of new thoughts, of new ideas, of new perspective. Why do we always have the greatest ideas when we expect them the least? I'm in the shower, and bang, I have an epiphany. E equals mc squared. There's a hole in the ozone layer. Or I finally found out how to finish my paper due tomorrow. You created the perfect environment for something called the default mode network. It's when you're recalling from memories, when you're planning for the future, or even when you're daydreaming. It's the free association of thoughts within your mind. And that only happened when your mind is resting. At that moment, particular parts of your brain are way much more active than normal, especially in the frontal lobe, which is the important part for cognition, memory, and learning. So when you're daydreaming, you're not creating anything. No. But you're channeling spontaneous thoughts about interesting problems. There's this guy, Isaac Newton, who was one of the most influential scientists of our world. At the time, he was trying to understand how gravity works. He tried all the possibilities, all the theories, and all the experiences. But he was still unable to find the right explanation. So one day, he took a walk on a park and sat below an apple tree and started to think, to daydream. Then, he witnessed an apple falling from that tree. And that was his epiphany. That apple was just the spark that linked all his thoughts, all his work, and all his ideas in a completely new way that made sense to him. He finally found out the explanation to gravity. And that could only be possible because he was daydreaming, because his mind was not focusing on something specific. So you have the opportunity to live that Newton moment. All of you. But here's the thing. There are no to-do lists to be creative. Sorry about that. But instead, think of a moment when you felt inspired, when you felt empowered. It can happen anytime, anywhere. When you're taking a shower, when you're walking in a park, or even when you're waiting for the bus. Those situations will maximize the opportunity to live that Newton moment. Live them again, and let your brain do the work. So we should embrace boredom. You should embrace boredom. You should be happy to be bored because it's an incredible source of creativity. It gives us the opportunity to have new ideas that could disrupt our world, to adopt a new perspective, to think outside of the box, or simply to consolidate our experiences within our mind. You simply have to let yourself go. But here's the big challenge. Think about all the ads we're exposed to, all the TV shows we're looking at. Think about all the emails, pop-ups, notifications, alarms. Think about all the time we spend on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. We're exposed to a constant stream of information from our surrounding. We're supposed to be efficient, to be productive, to be open-minded. We're supposed to think about 1,000 things at the same time during a single day. But that ends up with us not having the time to think. We pick up our phones more than 150 times during a single day. That is insane. And most of the time it's for doing nothing. And it happened exactly at the moment when we start to feel boredom. So we don't have the opportunity anymore to get bored. Or we don't take it. And we fear boredom. And that's killing our potential of creativity. Our minds see boredom as something that we should avoid as much as possible. But are we going to die from boredom? Certainly not. We think that being bored makes us unproductive, that we're useless in an extremely active society. But there is a study from the University of Lancashire proving that boredom is an awesome source of creativity and productivity. They selected 2 groups of people. The first one had to learn a phone number by heart for 20 minutes. The second one had to copy that same number for 20 minutes, which was really boring. And then they asked both groups at the end of those 20 minutes to do something creative with a simple glass of water. While the second group found way much more possibilities than the first one. See here, we're not judging the quality of the work, but we're looking at the number of possibilities they found out from a simple glass of water. And that is creativity. So boredom is productive in a way. It gives us the opportunity to have new experiences, to have new ideas that could disrupt our world, to think outside of the box, and simply to adopt a new perspective. So I'm not calling for a massive Facebook suicide or a total banishment of all the ads, because that doesn't work. But ask yourself why. Why do we fear boredom? Why do you fear boredom? Why do you pick up your phone? Why are you checking your Facebook every 2 minutes? Or why do you look at the TV show for the 3rd time? And I can guarantee you that the answer to that question will have a tremendous impact on your life. So please, enjoy those 10 seconds. Thank you.